Hello, welcome to the Audio Dad Chronicles. I'm Shale, and today we're going to honor the music and legacy of Brent Hinds, Dirty Behinds, on what will be his 52nd birthday. Today we're going to discover some new music to me that he has produced in the past with his side groups. For myself, being a Mastodon fan, I've never gotten into any of his other music, and today that has to change. So let's go. Let's remember the greatness that was Brent Hinds. So as many of you know, Brent Hinds passed away a number of months ago now, in the middle of the night in an automobile accident when he was riding his motorcycle, and his life was sadly taken prematurely. And at the time, I thought about making a video about it, and I just couldn't process it, and I couldn't bring myself to it without breaking up a lot. I'm a major, major fan of Mastodon and have been for many, many years. And I've seen them live several times. But despite all that, somehow I never really got into many of the side groups for most of the members, and that's very unusual for me. I dare say the only one that I ever really got into with any seriousness would have been Killer Be Killed. And I freaking love that band, but I never took the time to delve into other side groups from the other members for no good reason whatsoever. And in realizing that today would be Brent Hinds' 52nd birthday, and he was born the same year as me, so we would effectively be the same age, I had to change that. So we're going to do a double shot today. We're going to get into Giraffe Tongue Orchestra first, and we're going to follow that up with Fiend Without a Face. So, Giraffe Tongue Orchestra. Who came up with that name? So we're going to do a quick little bio read here, and then we're going to get into one of their songs. Giraffe Tongue Orchestra is an American rock supergroup. It consists of Alice in Chains vocalist William Duvall, lead guitarist Ben Wyman of the Dillinger Escape Plan, drummer Thomas Pridgeon of the Mars Volta, and bassist Pete Griffin of Deathclock and Zappa Plays Zappa. Now, I do notice that they don't mention Brent Hinds on that list, and I can only suspect that that's because he's no longer with us, and maybe they've updated it or removed a member from it. Maybe he was only in it at various parts, but as I understand it, he will be in the song that we are going to be watching here in a moment, which will be Blood Moon. And interesting, he is mentioned in the past members. There's Brent Hinds, along with Juliette Lewis, the actor, sometimes singer. She has been in this band at some point in the past, as was Eric Avery, most notable for Jane's Addiction. Very cool, very interesting. And yes, they are labeled as still being present or active, so I can only assume that that's why Brent Hinds' name wasn't mentioned in it. But like I say, as I understand it, he is a part of the lineup at this particular time. So we are going to get into our first ever listen of Giraffe Tongue Orchestra with Blood Moon. I like that bass tone.
Decode me like a cipher. Our secrets can't get lost. I look into your eyes.
This video's a trip.
Gladly pay the cost. We rumble through these jungle streets.
I think I heard Brent Hinds' voice in the background there, but this seems to be William Duvall. There he is, confirmed. Okay, this video is quite the colorful trip. Definitely wouldn't want to be in those guys' shoes. This does not look like it is going to end well for any of them. Yeah, I'm just not going to touch that one. Sorry about to lose your teeth, Brent. Wow, this song is killer though. Never mind the video. This song is great. I like this. How did I not listen to this sooner? That is quite the Pink Dungeon.
Mistakes and bad decisions become a way of life, and now I can't recover the skin I shed.
Bass is fat on this, like it.
We come alive with the blood moon rising.
Uh-oh, the revenge has begun.
Alive with the stars align. We love to
Fight him
feed
off, Dirty B.
pretty faces. We die where the sun can't shine. Oh yeah.
No. Well, uh-oh. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to show on the channel. I might have to do some censoring. We'll see how that goes. Wild. Go for the pink chainsaw. Like the guitar playing.
We die where the sun can't shine. Oh yeah.
Quite certain I hear Brent singing in the background there. Ooh.
Come alive where the blood moon rises.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, the song was great. Really, really liked that. The video, just wow. Wow. Okay. I might have to listen to more of this later. That was a really, really great song. I really dug that, and I want to hear more of it. So there it is. That was side project number 1. That was Giraffe Tongue Orchestra. Hang tight for a quick second. We're going to switch videos on over. Welcome back, and thanks for hanging out and sticking around. Okay, we're going to get into the next one. This is Fiend Without a Face, Bringing on the Heartbreak. Now, I believe that is a Def Leppard song. The likelihood this is a cover, I feel, is still going to be slim despite that fact. And would I even recognize it if so? I don't know. It's been a lot of years since I've heard it. But as I understand it, this is one of Brent Hinds', I don't want to call it favored bands, but I think this was more of a representation of who he was. He very much brought in that country rock, rockabilly, surferbilly, I believe is how this particular band was dubbed. And I think this was more of his band in the early days of Mastodon, potentially even at the very beginning. That was kind of his artistic outlet where he fronted the band and it was more his songwriting. And of course, Mastodon was very much a group project where every one of them contributed and brought in their sounds that made them what they were. Looks like there's no official video that I could find for this one, so we're just going to have the screen grab of what I assume to be the album cover, and we're going to let this one go. This is Fiend Without a Face, Brent Hinds, Bringing on the Heartbreak. Very fitting, all things considered. And again, happy birthday, Brent. Rest in peace. Definitely got that country vibe about it. Good bass playing, like that. That's his voice, all right. Got a keyboard going on in the background, or organ maybe? Almost need some slide guitar or some pedal steel, I feel. It's definitely got that country rock vibe to it. Quick little pause. I'll try not to pause too much on this particular one. Of course, there's no video to comment on. I like this. This is cool. I read that it was maybe, country, kind of an outlaw rock, surferbilly kind of a vibe, which is right up my alley. I'm really into rockabilly and psychobilly and things like that. Just over on the corner there is, in fact, a vintage upright bass. I do play it. Might be busting that out soon in an upcoming video. Time will tell on that. It needs new strings, and I got some for Christmas. And I'm going to be putting them on soon, so maybe I'll do a guitar teching video. Being that I am a roadie, or former roadie anyways these days, would you all be interested in that? Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in a quick little tutorial walkthrough on what it takes to restring an upright bass. Let me know. Anyways, let's get back to the music. This is cool. I do like that organ. That's a nice touch. Bass players is right in the pocket. Drums are very laid back and just following the groove. There's some good chicken picking riffs from Brent there. I like that. I love that spring reverb coming through his guitar playing. It's like raw, one take. It should almost be a live song, or is it? Sorry to stop. I think we're getting into a solo there, so of course we're going to back up. We can never interrupt a guitar solo. Just listening to this, I'm starting to get a sense of those roots and the roots rock and all that, the contributions that were Brent Hinds' genius level artistry that he brought to Mastodon. Now, for whatever reason, for whatever song that jumps out to me on one of their later or most recent release as of the time of this film, at least, I am reminded of the song "The Beast." I got to hear Hushed and Grim before it was released, and started at the beginning, and really great songs as it progressed through. But I believe it's around song 4 or 6, something like that, was "The Beast." And right off the bat, you could tell that that was a Brent Hinds song. His guitar picking, his, chicken picking and very countrified riffs and his vocals. And it's almost like, to me, even though I didn't really know his solo stuff, that song really did almost sound like Mastodon backing Brent on a Brent song versus a Mastodon song written together. And I loved it. That song to me just wow, what a showcase of singing and songwriting, and just it was so unique and so different. When I first started playing that track, I got maybe not even a quarter way into it. I'm like, hold on, stop, and I backed it up and started it over again. And I probably did that 3 or 4 times before I made it through the end of the song. It just hit me. I'm just like, this is so good. Anyway, I think this is kind of where it was coming from. Hearing this now, and instantly I was brought back to that moment when I first heard "The Beast," and I was just like, mind blown. Wow, I love every member in the band. I love everything they've contributed to it. There's so many things I could talk about why Mastodon is such a special band to me. But for whatever reason, that song just took off to me. It was just automatic, one of my favorites of theirs. And I think this is where it was coming from. These sounds, these vibes, if this is the kind of thing that Brent does on his own without them, I think it really shows where the beast came from. And we're thankful for it. Play it. That was a killer solo. We're not worthy. Such a loss. The music industry will not be the same without this soul in it. Wow. I really like that. Just like Giraffe Tongue Orchestra. How did I sleep on this for so long? Being such a big fan of Mastodon and loving and knowing and identifying each member, like any song of theirs, it's like I could tell you who wrote what. I could tell you who's playing or singing what. I know their voices and everything so well, but I didn't get into some of these side projects, and that's really too bad that it took his passing before I did, because this was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Thanks a lot for coming along on the ride on this one. Peace, love, and empathy to you all, and I hope to see you again. Rock on.